This week, the Texas Tribune published a report about the influence Governor Greg Abbott is having when it comes to deciding who will be the next CEO of the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, or ERCOT. That's the nonprofit that runs the state's power grid. Mitchell Ferman, energy and economy reporter for the Texas Tribune, is joining us to talk about what he's uncovered. Mitchell, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
You write Governor Abbott is exerting unprecedented influence over not only who will be the next CEO, but also what ERCOT tells the public. First, what are sources telling you about the search for CEO?
Yeah, sources across the power industry have told me that the governor has final say in the search for CEO of ERCOT, even though he is not formally part of the search process. The ERCOT board of directors, as well as a contracted search firm, are primarily responsible for the search for the new CEO. But we've been told that by sources that the governor has final say and he has veto power, and he's already rejected at least one candidate, according to people familiar with the process, and that is unusual. That has not happened according to people familiar with ERCOT's history. But yeah, the governor is intimately involved in who gets that job.
Let's talk about the other thing that is very unusual about the governor's hand in ERCOT right now is that sources told the Trib the governor is dictating what ERCOT can tell the public. In your report, you quote a source who says Governor Abbott is reviewing and editing ERCOT's public statements and, quote, it means information is potentially not getting where it needs to go, and that means Texans aren't hearing what they need to hear. How big is this?
Yeah, it's incredibly unusual. ERCOT has traditionally given the PUC and the governor's office heads up when they're communicating with the public on issues that aren't minor, right? If they're issuing a report of what summer or winter is going to look like. But the governor's office, it's a heads up. That's where it kind of, they are rarely questioned or told what to say. But the difference post Winter Storm Uri is that the governor is involved in what ERCOT does and says to the public. And as we've seen, ERCOT's public communications have dwindled substantially over the last year.
Well, you can catch the rest of my interview with Texas Tribune reporter Mitchell Ferman in Texas this week, this Sunday morning during KVUE News Daybreak.